Y'all see Gene? I'm telling y'all, man, somebody better punch him in the face. Somebody better do something to him, man. He out here doing this, that, and we be like, all right.
Thank you, Roger Bonds, for putting it out there. It came to life for y'all. It came to life for y'all that this dude wanted me dead way before I came to YouTube. What he look like telling somebody to whoop my ass? He didn't tell him that. He wanted me in the dirt and was trying to rock me to sleep.
Gene Deal has been everywhere. Podcasts, interviews, live streams, one appearance after another, each time peeling back another layer of what he claims was the dark reality behind Bad Boy Records. With every story, he pulls the curtain further from an era that, until now, was protected by silence, power, and fear. But even as he speaks, Deal admits he's moving carefully, watching his back, measuring his words. Not because he doubts what he knows, but because he knows exactly how much power Diddy once wielded and how far that power could reach when someone stepped out of line. What makes that fear feel real is not speculation. It's confirmation. Roger Bonds, Diddy's former head of security, has publicly admitted that during his time inside the organization, he was instructed to go after people who crossed Diddy. Not metaphorically, literally. That revelation doesn't just support Gene Deal's claims. It raises the stakes entirely. This is no longer internet gossip or clout-driven storytelling. When a man who once stood at the center of Diddy's security apparatus steps forward with a warning, it changes the tone. Roger Bonds lived inside that world. He saw how intimidation worked. He saw how silence was enforced. And now, he believes the same playbook may be in motion again, this time aimed at Gene Deal. Gene isn't threatening lawsuits. He isn't calling for retaliation. He's telling his story. But in a world built on control, even truth can be dangerous.
Yeah, and this is a lot online. How you feel about the people that say that you should be worried if Diddy get out?
Needs something to say, bro. I'm not gonna worry about somebody that I bodyguard. I'm not gonna worry about somebody that I bodyguard. And God knows I could bodyguard myself with his blessings. I could bodyguard myself with his blessings, bro. I'm not worried about that. Nothing beats an ambush, and I know that. But I'm not worried about his shit. People just need to talk about something. They want to have something to say, man. Oh, Gene gotta be worried, something like that. So, shouldn't I have been worried when he was out here on the street? When he was out here on the street, I should have been worried. Yo, bro, August the 14th, 1999. High-speed chase in Harlem. You understand? I didn't know that he didn't send nobody out to meet him. Cause niggas do that shit. They'll send somebody at you. I've seen dudes that do shit and they have Nick right there in the same clique and they didn't even know he did it. So how I know those 4 guys, 5 guns to my head wasn't sitting by him. When Roger Bonds come and say later that Diddy wanted something done to Gene Deal. How I know? Because she made the news.
To understand why this matters, you have to zoom out. This isn't just about a few former employees speaking up. This is unfolding against the backdrop of a collapsing empire. Civil lawsuits, a federal criminal case, a legacy under scrutiny. As pressure mounts on Diddy, former insiders are stepping forward with information he never wanted public. And the closer you look, the darker it gets. Roger Bonds is not a random commentator chasing views online. From 2003 to 2012, he served as Diddy's head of security. Nearly a decade inside the machine. He was responsible for protecting Diddy in clubs, at award shows, at private events, places where money, influence, and danger intersected. He wasn't just guarding doors. He was managing crises, handling volatile situations, seeing how power moved behind closed doors. Over time, Bond says he began to understand the rules of that world. Who was protected? Who was disposable? How fear was used to keep people in line. Eventually, he walked away. And in recent years, he's spoken more openly about what he witnessed. When Bond talks, people listen not because of rumors, but because he was there. His testimony isn't speculation. It's first-hand experience.
So let me ask you a question. How long before you started working with him did you start to see like red flags, and did you know like, damn, this is kind of crazy? Was it like immediate, or was it like he gained your trust and you started vibing and you started seeing shit? Or was it like off the rip you knew like, hey, something up with him?
Then there's Gene Deal. Deal isn't an outsider looking back with hindsight. He was inside Bad Boy during its most iconic years, when Diddy was shaping the careers of artists like the Notorious B.I.G., Maze, and others who defined an era of hip-hop. Gene Deal wasn't just present for history. He helped protect it. He worked the shadows, concerts, VIP rooms, hotel corridors, places where deals were made and secrets stayed buried. He saw what fans never saw. And when he finally walked away from Bad Boy, he took those memories with him. For years, he stayed quiet. Now he's talking. And what makes his voice particularly explosive is that many of his claims align with what Roger Bonds later revealed from his own time inside the organization. Two men, different roles, different personalities, but overlapping stories. That overlap changes everything. Because when independent accounts begin to mirror each other, they stop sounding like accusations and start sounding like corroboration.
Yeah, I want to let this young lady know, and I know this is not the place for it, brother, but please allow me to say this to her, man. You know what I'm saying? I started this battle long time ago. And the situation is that, bruh, we already won. This was some spiritual that Pop, the spirit of Pop, the spirit of Big, the spirit of Miss Jones, the spirit of Wolf, all the people that he has done wrong, you know, so Black, all the people that he has done wrong, bruh, is coming to light. We already won this spiritual. What we going through right now with these trials and everybody, you know, with this financial situation and everything like that, all that is superficial. That's the physical part of it. The spiritual part of it was won because Big, Pac, Wolf Mother, all the people that he did wrong, bruh, you understand? They already won the battle where we were supposed to win it at. So now we just going through the physical part of it, man. And I want that girl to know, man, that she ain't gotta fear no man. She ain't gotta fear him, nobody else, man. Whenever she needs, you understand? Whenever she needs somebody to travel, to go with her, to make sure she all right, you know, I'm a phone call away, man. I'm a phone call away. And you know, go ahead with your questioning, man. I just had to get that out, man, because that girl touched a lot of people, man, because all she wanted to do was write music, make music, and show her talent and her love to the people, man. And then she got to feel this way, be fearful and scared of her life and stuff like that. Mom, I ain't scared of no man. You understand? I ain't scared of no man. Nobody that got to put their pants on the same way I do. Not at all.
And for the people that don't know who Tiffany Red is, that's Cassie's best friend.
That's one of Cassie's friends. She was writing a lot of music, and she said that she was writing music for her friends to get. Oh my God, man, come on, man.
There is, however, a critical difference in how these men speak. Roger Bonds is controlled, measured, deliberate. He chooses his words carefully, often sounding more like a witness than a whistleblower. Gene Deal is the opposite. He's raw, emotional, unfiltered. His interviews don't feel rehearsed. They feel like pressure finally being released after years of silence. That intensity is what makes his clips go viral, but it's also what makes him vulnerable. Because when you speak with anger, with urgency, and without restraint, you become impossible to ignore. And for someone like Diddy, someone whose empire was built on loyalty, leverage, and control, a voice like Gene Deal's isn't just inconvenient. It's a threat. Not because of revenge, not because of money, but because truth, once spoken loudly enough, can't be put back into the shadows. And for Gene Deal, the question now isn't whether people are listening. It's whether telling the truth comes with a price he never expected to pay.
Man, leopard don't change his spots, and Diddy been doing this real long time, bro. He been doing this for a long time. And now another artist. This artist didn't wait 10 years. You know what I'm saying? He didn't wait 20 years. You understand? He waited a year or two after he stopped working with him and saw he didn't get what he was supposed to get. And he said, yo, listen here, man. I'm putting in my claims right now because I'm going to show everybody what really happened, what really went down. It's crazy. When I was reading it, I read the whole thing. Shout out to Keisha in Kansas City. She sent me the whole documentation, bro. And the whole court thing. And when I'm reading the stuff, it sound from a lot of this sound familiar. You understand? And what I mean sound familiar, how he would get other girls and get girls to try to, convince this guy, or put him in a situation with other girls so he could do whatever he wanted to do with them. And it's just like the situation somewhat with Sarah and her girlfriend and him and Ja. You know what I'm saying? Bringing girls on to try to convince this other guy to be in a room with another naked man and all this other bull. Yo, it all sound familiar, man. I read the whole thing, man, and it was crazy.
And for the people that don't know what you're talking about, because the lawsuit is new, so, some people still catching up with it. Little Rod, he alleges that, Young Miami cousin tried to have in front of Diddy.
Yeah, he went into the bathroom, and then she came into the bathroom and tried to, throw herself on him. He didn't want to have nothing to do with her for whatever reason. And then when he came out the bathroom, she continued to try to do that and try to have, wanted him to have on Diddy and the rest of the people that was in there. That's how they do, man. They try to use a girl that you might like, or you might think you might like, or they think you might like her, or whatever, to convince you to lay down your guards with them. And he didn't.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And you're not surprised by none of this, because you said that Ja Rule, they did this to him, right?
No, remember, and people got it confused when I said that Ja and him was in the room with two girls, with Sarah and Sarah's girlfriend. You understand? He was trying to get Ja to go at Jay-Z. So what he did was try to get another girl, you understand, to do something with Ja. I guess